Not that anyone necessarily needs to hear this. Maybe I need to hear it. I don't think we should live for productivity. I don't know why a lot of things are revolved around productivity. Like, it's almost like a way to navigate our meaninglessness in life. Like, it's pretty obvious. We exist for absolutely no reason, and I think everything that we do or that we proactively choose to do is a way to kind of run away and avoid the bizarre, absurd pain of our meaninglessness, or the meaninglessness of our life and our existence. Like, it's okay that we exist for absolutely no reason. I don't know. Anyways, I'm kind of doing this without any notes or anything. It's just, I've realized I haven't had time to myself in such a long time, and I didn't realize I was neglecting myself for my own energy. I was in a very go kind of, just like a non-stop go, constantly surrounded by people, constantly surrounded by noise, by words, by responsibilities, duties, and just my chosen role in society or whatever, or just my chosen role in this life. I was just playing it to the max, and I don't know, I craved peace without realizing I craved it. I just walked from my university library until I found a place in front of the sunsetting sun, and just sitting, essentially. I used to feel guilty about this kind of thing, where I'm just sitting and doing absolutely nothing, and I imagine a lot of other people might resonate with that. But what is the point of feeling guilty if, like, there's no reason for us to exist? That's fine. I've come to terms with that and feel like everyone should. So there's no reason for feeling guilty either. Obviously easier said than done, but I would say if there's no reason for feeling guilty, why feel it? Is just occupying space, time, and consuming you, and you're allowing it to. There's just no point. I hate the whole, I really dislike seeing vlogs online about like productivity and like a week in my life and spend a productive Sunday with me and all this kind of stuff. I respect the people and their creations, but I don't like the message that they're advocating, because it's like there's no appreciation for the empty Sundays, the empty moments. And by empty, I mean just like the light, soft, doing absolutely nothing kind of Sundays. And this does happen to be a Sunday, but the word Sunday for me kind of goes for any day. A day that we need to come back to ourselves to, escape into, I don't like the word escape because it makes it seem like reality is something that needs to be escaped from, when reality is everything that we choose it to be. But then at the same time, I'm in a privileged place, and I'm saying all of this. As you can tell, I don't know where I'm going with any of this, but I'm happy in the moment. I guess I'm a little bit selfish and I want to hear myself talk, but I guess who doesn't? as humans, we want to be heard. I don't know. We want to feel important. I don't know why. Again, maybe the whole thing about feeling meaningless in this big open world, and trying to create meaning by trying to make ourselves feel important. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with this rant. I guess we all think, well, not we all, how dare I say that? With productivity, or the idea of productivity, comes the end goal. I think it's that I don't like. It's the whole, we're like running to get to something, and it's always revolving around the destination, and a neglect for who you are in the now, or just what's happening in the now and what is the now. There's beauty in the banalness of life, and by banal I mean just the neutrality, the indifference of it, the peace behind neutrality. And now I don't know if you can hear any of that. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. For me, being non-productive means forgetting myself, forgetting my existence, and focusing on everything else that's around me, and I guess putting a pause on who I'm trying to be, and living up to a certain act, a certain performance that I'm putting up. It's a chosen performance, a chosen act, a chosen role that I've chosen by playing this life, by living this life. But, playing a role is kind of exhausting. Even though I enjoy the role that I'm playing, it's free labor out here. No, I'm joking. It's more just, it's still like putting up an act. So I guess being non-productive is putting that aside, completely forgetting to try to be someone, and just completely just being a presence, being like an empty, just an empty, I don't know, like imagine like a clear vase or something. I don't know, something that can hold things and is meant to hold things and meant to, have a function. But we can also choose to put that aside and simply just be that vase, just be whatever we are, and have just an appreciation for the world that we're in. And the world around us might seem quite banal, in a bad way, I guess, in a heavy way, because we're so used to it. And I think it's our lack of curiosity that kills appreciation for the ordinariness of life, because life is ordinary, and it's our mindset and how we see it, and how other people see it, and that reignites the colors back into life. So I guess non-productivity is putting the role aside, trying to be this light kind of presence. You're always present, but just forgetting to okay, I don't know. Getting my words all mixed up and stuff, but it's okay. Just being open to the surrounding and trying to see everything, every little object. And I guess what I like to do in non-productive days is people watch, just sit somewhere, pick a nice place, or just a mundane place sometimes even, and try to just be, not judge anything, not judge myself for wasting time in quotation marks, yeah. Yeah, being non-productive is about, because I'm not trying to be anyone, I'm just being. I will probably most likely have thoughts, but I would say thoughts are kind of a habit, or especially reoccurring thoughts. They're things that you allow to occupy your mind and your space and your life. And it's important to not ignore those thoughts, because if you ignore them, that's a form of repression, suppression, and it always comes back stronger. So I recognize them. I guess if they were a person, those thoughts, if they were a person, I would have said something like, okay, I hear you. I understand your point of view, but for once I'm choosing not to share that point of view. I'm not allowing you to occupy my space anymore. But they will continue to be around you for some time, but with time they will fade, because you're choosing a new habit of having no thoughts, which is liberating than having a constant feeling of pressure from those thoughts of trying to be more productive and stuff. So trying to unlearn that habit by allowing yourself to be, and recognizing a judgment when it comes in. So whenever it says, oh, you should be doing more, like, why are you wasting time, why are you not doing, why are you not more, like, and this whole sense of not being enough, which is why I don't like productivity. I think productivity for me is linked to not clearly, but feeling like you're not enough and constantly trying to search for a destination or a point in your life to prove to yourself that I am enough because I've done something. I'm okay to exist in this meaningless life because I've created meaning in it, which is, I guess, valid, but also, what if, I think, like, at least in my opinion or in my experience, anytime I've been productive and I've gotten to a certain destination, reached a certain goal by being productive, I've always come back to the same level of, came back to the same start of the circle, which was, am I enough though? Is my existence valid? Is my existence okay? Is it okay to not feel guilty for existing? That kind of stuff. I still come back to that. So I'm no longer in that space, or I'm rarely in that space, because just allowing myself to be, I didn't realize, but is a form of enjoying life, and enjoying life for absolutely no reason, just like feeling guilty, there is no reason for it. So I guess why not choose to enjoy life instead of feel guilty for it? My nihilistic brain didn't understand that logic for a long time, until I forced myself to just be. The whole meaninglessness of life, and my and yours and everyone's, look, I would argue that we have no reason to be here. We can of course create reasons to be here and create purposes and create meaning. That's great, but that's only valid in this experience. Outside of this experience, there's absolutely no reason for everything that we do, which is why it used to really daunt me. It used to literally, like, consume me from the inside. I didn't want to really live this experience, like, thinking, if there's no reason for it, why should I live it? That kind of stuff. But I don't know where the shift happened. I think I did something. I think to get out of that was, I did something that I truly wanted to do for the first time in my life. And I realized that dream, and when I was there in the moment, and and I was just looking at everything and being like, okay, I've realized my dream, and now what? And just that, when it came into my head, and that wasn't a nice feeling, because it was like it was such a pure experience, what I wanted, and I had it right in front of me. I almost felt guilty for enjoying it, because even though I had kind of worked hard for it and all this kind of stuff, I was like, who am I to be enjoying it? And I still felt guilty for even just being there and enjoying it and that kind of stuff. I didn't know what to do with myself. And I guess that's when I started the whole just trying to be and recognizing that those thoughts are there, but still being and enjoying it. And just, I think productivity, or the sense of wanting to do more, or not wanting, actually needing to do more, can really kill the true beauty of life when you're in it, because your thoughts are going to consume the moment instead of you living the moment, or that moment filling you up with life. It's your thoughts that consume you, and you don't truly live that moment. And there goes the thought of, what's the point of truly living a moment if it's going to pass anyway? At least that's my nihilistic brain that would say that. And to that I say, there is no point in meaning. There is no point. There is no point in feeling, but it's at the core, when we have no words, when we have no thoughts, and when everything else in life is stripped away from us. All we are is feeling. All that we have is feeling, whether that be our emotions or physically what we experience. And I think the most beautiful thing is giving into both of those combined. And even more beautiful is to share that, I guess, with somebody, but to share it with yourself, that, and feel it entirely, whatever that emotion is. Just hold it and know that even though it might be something difficult to go through, you've got yourself, and life has got you, and you can get through it. If it's a bad thing, if it's a good thing, also just treasure the fact that you're experiencing it, and it's nice. And I guess life is quite simple. And the whole essence of productivity and trying to get somewhere kind of erases and makes the whole concept of life seem like blurred and dirty, when I guess it really is quite simple. Seeing as the sun's going down, I should probably go as well. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I don't know if my words are a little bit all over the place and my message is all over the place, but I guess that's just human nature. And I don't know. Any concluding thoughts? I would say I don't know. I have nothing else to say, and that's okay. Sometimes we have nothing to say, and that's for the better, and we don't need to speak for no reason. We can just simply be. I don't know. Okay, peace out.